y'all, good morning. Welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. I'm Ashley. This is Collective Comrade. Today we're going to kick it off. I just saw something that is happening in Sudan, and so I wrote this organization down yesterday, and I just saw Sudan, so we're going to talk about Doctors Without Borders. Quick, give me one sec. I have, what was the other idea I did? Oh yeah, okay, I'm going to do 3 organizations today, and Doctors Without Borders is the first. I do not personally know anyone involved in this. I might need to get my drink. I just bought the movie Brave. I feel like I'm going to resonate with it a lot. So I've been really connecting to my Scottish and Celtic lineage and magic. So, alright, anyway, Doctors Without Borders. I'm going to tell you about the organization, and then we will talk about the current event that prompted this. I'll put the link in the description box below if you'd like to donate. All of these organizations need donations, especially right now. So please be generous. A little bit goes a long way, especially if a lot of people donate, okay? Alright, let me just... Alright. This is the donation page. I want to be on the regular website. It's very rude. Okay, I guess we'll just... Okay. Alright, this is a global organization. U.S. cuts foreign aid and are hurting people caught in conflict and crisis. Okay, we provide independent, impartial, medical, humanitarian assistance to the people who need it most. Doctors Without Borders cares for people affected by conflict, disease outbreaks, natural and human-made disasters, and exclusion from healthcare in more than 70 countries. 70 countries. Over 16.5 million medical consultants were conducted by our humanitarian teams. Over 1 million patients were admitted into Doctors Without Borders hospitals or clinics around the world. The current event is on here too. So in Sudan, MSF strongly condemns deliberate bombings of the hospital. So there is a makeshift clinic or hospital in Sudan for Doctors Without Borders. And yesterday, May 3rd, it was bombed. And I just saw it on my Instagram, which is why I wanted to tell you about this. Let's see. We are independent, impartial, and neutral. We are guided by universal medical ethics. We are committed to bearing witness. We are transparent and accountable. We are committed to diversity, equity, and inclusion. I've been hearing a lot about those things lately. Central Africa, the Congo. We're an international movement supported by more than 7 million private donors worldwide. Okay, but there's like 9 billion of us there's like 7 billion of us on the planet. So, I mean, we could all give a little bit to this organization. Any of these organizations, $20 will go a long way, okay? Highly recommend giving to these sorts of things versus charities. Charities are run by rich people. So grassroots efforts, if you want your money to go to really helping humans, I know the way rich people think though, because a lot of rich people want to ensure that they get some sort of tax write-off for a donation. A lot of rich people want to ensure that the money is going to where it's saying it's going, and a lot of rich people don't believe that that can happen unless it's like some sort of charity situation. And that's again within that white supremacist or white savior complex when it comes to supporting. So, I would love to know about. Yeah, let's go to offices around the world. They have another name that's not in English. I'm gonna probably fuck this up. I don't know the root language. It feels like French, but I'm making that up. Médecins Sans Frontières. Doctors Without Borders. Okay, so there is an office in Switzerland, Argentina, Australia, Austria, Belgium, Brazil, Canada, Czech Republic, Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, the Netherlands, Hong Kong, Ireland, Italy, Japan, Lebanon, Luxembourg, Mexico, Norway, South Africa, India, South Korea, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, Taiwan, the United Arab Emirates, United Kingdom, USA. This is like truly a global initiative. Did you hear that? And we know that there are on the ground offices. So these are like corporate offices, right? But then you know that they're out in the field on the front lines doing work. So 7 were killed in the South Sudan hospital and market bombing yesterday. So, at least 7 dead after Doctors Without Borders facility in South Sudan targeted in an aerial bombing. So, they do have an Instagram. I will put that in the description box below. They're also on Facebook. Let me find their Instagram. Rest in peace and power to the people who were hurt. We don't know if that was patients or people who are part of this. If you are a doctor, I say all the time, I think there was a doctor on TikTok a couple days ago I found, and he said, for real, what can we do? Like, what can doctors do? And I commented because this has been my idea for a long time. I mean, it wasn't my idea initially. The Black Panthers had stuff like this, but to have community clinics. And so I wrote that. I said, you guys need to leave the system behind, the oppression behind, and start, free clinics. Like, get funding and use your privilege and your expertise to support the people who can't even get into medical institutions, whether it's because of the way they look or smell or, homeless folks are often disbarred from even going into hospitals, right? Like, shit like that. So, doctors. I think I'm gonna love this movie. Oh, she's dancing by a waterfall. My middle name means a waterfall, is what I was told. My name means tree standing by a waterfall, gathering place. Anyway, I've done a lot of work on that. Doctors Without Borders. Ooh, what a pretty horse. Okay. Oh, I'm already following them. They are an NGO, so sometimes NGOs can be. We talked about NGOs yesterday when we were talking about AFSC. We could talk about the nonprofit industrial complex. I feel like that's probably like a Freedom Friday topic. But NGOs are, I'd prefer an NGO over the government any day. But it does come with some problems because of the funding, because of certain criteria, because of certain I don't know, it's like a follow the money project. I'm thinking conflict of interest, but I don't really feel like that's it. Because they're non-government organizations, the accountability is different. We'll just say that. So, anyway, highly recommend this. We put health workers where they are needed most. English language updates from Doctors Without Borders. Miss Rachel is also following them, so if that makes you want to follow them, go ahead. The war in Sudan. So they not only are doing this work, they are, Doctors Without Borders has been in Gaza. They're in Sudan. I don't know if they're in Congo. Tanzania? Why do I say that weird? So yeah, go check them out. I'll put all this information below. It's just Doctors Without Borders. But yeah, I think healthcare, the ability to get healthcare, especially in these times of war, I mean, bombs are dropping, right? And we know that the violent ones are going after initiatives. The UN, the World Food Program. We can do that one too. But I think Doctors Without Borders is such an important model for people to, especially healthcare workers. It's a model that you can do or get involved with, because in the next indefinitely how long we're dealing with this administration and whatever they're doing, things are going to be, we already know this, there's going to be extraction of resources from public sector, which we're already seeing immensely. I mean, this man and his administration, it isn't even Trump, it's the people. I think Trump is drugged up. I don't think that man is even conscious of what he's doing, quite frankly. I mean, I don't want to give him that much credit, because he is a psychopath. But this is much larger than just him. The man did not write the bills that he is signing. Let's keep it so fucking for real. So anyway, as we're seeing more and more public sectors closing, I mean, Reagan did this back in the 80s, the deinstitutionalization of mental health, and I mean, it was a catalyst for like the homelessness and AIDS and addiction and the crack epidemic in black communities and a whole bunch of shit. Incarceration, which led to more prisons being built, which led to the privatization of prisons, which led to, the revolving door of incarceration. Once you get in the system, it's very difficult to get out of the system. So, Doctors Without Borders is an incredible model, and I think that we need more of these models to be implemented in all areas of the world, right? So either get involved with the initiative, donate if you can, or look into the model if you have that. If you're a practicing doctor, I really feel like, I mean, you guys already know this from COVID. A lot of you are being reprimanded for the decisions that you made within the system. So if you go outside the system, Virgin River is a good movie or show for this, because Doc did that. He left the big hospitals and started a community clinic. I mean, that's like one of the main premises of the entire show. So, in my opinion, that's something that the world definitely needs more of, and Doctors Without Borders is a great place to start. Have a good one. Me